All right. Well, Andrea, it shows that we're live already on Facebook. So, of
Okay, awesome.
course,
Good
it showed
morning,
us.
folks. We're
Good
glad you're here.
morning. Woohoo.
Woohoo!
Hey, another great day.
Yes, it is.
People
Awesome.
ask me, they say, "How are you doing today?" And I say, "Good. I'm on top of the ground instead of under it."
That's always good.
It's a good way to start the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, Andrea, I can't wait for this year to be over. It's been a crazy year. Um, Now they're saying they have a vaccine ready. It should be ready by the end of November. I don't know what to think about it. I don't trust vaccines. I don't trust the vaccine manufacturers. You know, my whole deal is that look, if your body is strong enough to fight off the crap that's out there, isn't that better than injecting
Yep.
stuff into your body that you don't even know what it is and you don't know what it does to you?
Right.
You
I
know?
agree with you.
I know you do. I know you're an advocate of everything that I talk about this way. Yeah, it makes total sense that give your body what it needs. Give your body
Exactly.
what it needs. And and there's so much research on it. I mean, holy cow. This year alone, think of all the research that's been done
Oh,
on natural immunity boosters and supporting types of things. I mean,
exactly.
when you think about boosting your immune system naturally, let's just talk diet first. What's the
Okay.
first thing? What's the first thing you change in your diet?
You would eliminate sugar for sure because I've heard that just drinking one can of soda will lower your immune system for 5 to 6 hours.
One can of soda will lower your immune system by 5 to 6 hours. Wow, I've
Yep.
never heard that. I've never heard
Yep.
that. Now I've heard that when you drink soda, and folks, by the way, we're not trying to make medical claims. We're not trying to say, hey, look, we're your doctor, do this instead of that. If you've got a medical condition, it's up to you to make your choice on what you want to do.
Right.
And you should see your doctor. I'm not your doctor. I'm a doctor, but I'm not your doctor. And so the information that we're giving you is not medical advice. It's just things that we're trying to make suggestions on what you can do to support your body's own immune system, support your body's own ability, the innate intelligence, the built-in intelligence that we have to keep us healthy. And like Andrea said, so sugar, and soda, right?
Hmm.
Soda. Um, I've heard that one soda will throw your body's pH out of whack for a long time.
Wow. Well, that's another thing that's important, having a good
Yeah,
pH.
having that pH. Who was it? Dr. Warburg, Otto Warburg, back in 1939, or was it
Somewhere
37?
back there.
Which one was it?
Somewhere. I don't know.
So anyhow, Dr. Otto Warburg over in Germany, I believe, got the Nobel Prize for his work because he said if your immune system, if your pH is balanced, you can't get sick. And a lot of
Right.
people took that to say, oh, I'm gonna take and drink this alkaline water and things like that, which is a fallacy. And because
Right.
you can't drink enough pH balanced water to make a difference. You'd have to drink, if you drink one can of soda, you'd have to, if it really worked, you'd have to drink 30 gallons of pH balanced water.
That wouldn't work. You'd be dead.
No, yeah. So I just tell people, so the science is that you want to take food and things like that, minerals that will actually make your body more alkaline. It's not
Right.
necessarily taking in alkaline foods to make, to do it because you can drink a glass of vitamin C, you can drink lemon juice and it makes you lemon juice is an acid, but it makes your body more alkaline.
Right.
Explain that, alkaline water dealers.
I don't. I don't know how that works.
Well, it works like a battery. Pretty simple. Over here, you have the positive pole. Over here, you have the negative pole. Inside the battery, right? It wants to
Uh-huh.
maintain homeostasis. If you hook wires up to it and you have a light bulb, it's going to make the light bulb light because it's flowing this way or this way, depending on which way you have it. But it's flowing those electrons, so it's trying to balance out that pH, you know.
Okay.
And in the process, the light bulb is burning off some of the, you know, the energy from that battery. And so in your body's trying to maintain that homeostasis. So when you
Mm-hmm.
drink lemon juice, for example, lemon juice is an acid, so it forces your body to be more alkaline.
Aha.
Balance. Balance.
Good.
Everything wants balance. But anyhow, yeah, so what else would you change in your diet?
Um, I would probably eat more live foods.
Live food, like take your cat.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
I eat cat every week. No, I'm kidding.
Or if you go to, uh, I was just say if you go to some
No, no,
restaurants,
no,
you can
no.
have that. Go to McDonald's, eat chicken McNuggets, but no, yeah, live foods. Which when she means live foods, um, fresh vegetables and stuff that's just was freshly picked, not the stuff that's been sitting under radiation and stored for weeks or months and things like that.
Hmm. So,
Live foods includes like kombucha and probiotics, food that
uh-huh.
is cultured food, like homemade yogurt and homemade sauerkraut and things like that.
Right.
Right? Am I saying the same things that you're thinking?
Yep.
Yeah. And fresh meat, not processed meat. Um, and definitely stay away from the stuff that's loaded with antibiotics and things like that. And wild game is always good. But, you know, um, I was just reading this morning that amino acids boost immunity. Do you know that?
Wow. That's great.
Amino
I just
acids,
had
right?
a whole bunch of those yesterday. Did you see my post today?
I didn't. What was your post?
Well, I borrowed a rototiller because I don't have one, and I needed to rototill up a whole bunch of new garden and, right out of the sod. So it was really hard to do. And I thought, oh, I'm going to be so sore. Like when I first started, I was like, oh, this is a bigger job than I thought. This little rototiller isn't going to do it, right? But I just kept working away at it. But I drank Sizzle Ripped when I started. And I thought, oh, for sure, I'm going to be so sore. Like I'm 66. I'm going to be sore from doing all that, right? I worked all day. I didn't rototill all day, but I was either raking or shoveling or moving beams or something all day long. And when I got done, I went in and drank another Sizzle Ripped. I am not sore today.
All right. So tell us a little bit about Sizzle Rip. You brought it up. Tell us about the product.
Oh, it's great. So it is a blend of amino acids with the
Well, no,
doctor
wait,
who.
wait, no, wait. It's a specific blend of what they call branched chain amino acids. So
Mm-hmm.
they're an essential amino acid that your body needs. Okay, go ahead.
Right. And it went through they went through like 200 combinations to come up with this particular formula, which in my the way I understand it is when we eat, we get amino acids from foods, mostly meats, and they go in and repair muscle. They give you the raw ingredients to make your muscle, among other things. And so when you drink this Sizzle Rip, to me, it's like you're putting that in your system for immediate availability. And just from my experiences using it, I think that's how it works because of yesterday.
Hmm.
I didn't have to process something out of food to get those amino acids. I had them readily available for repair.
Yep. And so to tell you, just to kind of add on to piggyback on to what you said, they've spent like $25 million researching
Mm-hmm.
this, funded by the National Institutes of Health and the National Institutes of Aging, right? Anti-aging,
Yep.
and they were trying to find a formulation to help the older generation, the elderly people, build muscle because after a certain step or a certain stage in your life, what happens is that your body starts to kind of naturally go down the path of aging, and
Hmm.
one of it is to just break down your muscle because as you get older you don't need as much muscle, and so you lose the signal. And amino acids don't just build muscle, but amino acids are used to make the messengers, right? Like the
Ah, the
piece of paper,
communication.
right? So if
Awesome.
I'm writing something down on this piece of paper, if I take that paper away, I can't write. Where do I write it? In the air, right? And
Hmm.
so the this branch chain amino acid blend that's in Sizzle Rip, and Ript is spelled RIPT for those of you that are new to the company. But so this formulation has all these studies on it, like just tons and tons of studies, and they've shown that like Andrea is saying, it goes to work immediately. And part of it is not just that it helps you build those muscles, but what it does is it sends the right signal.
That's important. Information is very important.
Yeah. Because ultimately, when we look at nutritional products, right, we can't make any claims that nutritional products do this or do that or do this or do
Uh-huh.
that. What nutritional products do is they help to support the body's own system. So it's your body that's building the muscle. It's your body that got rid of your soreness overnight, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
your body that did that. It's
Right.
not like you took an anti-inflammatory like, over the counter. I'm not going to mention a brand, but you didn't take anything to trick your body. And that's what a lot of drugs do, is they
Right.
trick the body by mixing up the messengers.
Ah, okay.
So this works naturally.
Yeah, no, it
So
was like I was giving my body the stuff it needs.
that's right. So it helps out with with that, but amino acids help with the immunity as well. So some of the studies, and I'm not going to go through some of the studies. I just quick put some notes here, and just kind of looking at the time that we have. So um, some of the other things as far as like foods go, garlic. Did you know that garlic is good for the immune system? It doesn't just
Oh,
scare off vampires, but it actually helps out with immunity.
yeah, I've heard that.
Right? So you can keep the vampires away, but at the same time, you can promote immunity of the body. And how it does it is it supports the T cells, right? And the T cells are,
Mm,
we've heard a lot about it this year because the T cells are part of the immune system that kind of creates that memory. So the bad guy gets in, the bad virus, whatever it happens to be. In this case, we're talking about you know, the COVID virus, but it gets in your body, and then your immune system sends out these T cells that kind of make memory cells. Um, Garlic um, helps with boosting the macrophages, and macrophages modulate like the cytokine storm, right? And we've heard of
mm-hmm.
cytokine storm, right? Didn't we hear about that way back in March already,
Way
right?
too much. Way too much did we hear about it.
Yeah. Garlic also helps with cellular detox. So we've talked about amino acids, we've talked about sugar, and with processed foods. We've talked about, the proper pH, and now we've talked about garlic, and we've talked about amino acids. Um, and then here we talk about there's four fat soluble vitamins. Do you know what the fat soluble vitamins are?
A, E, K.
Okay, and what's the last one?
Is it D?
Bingo. So there's four fat soluble vitamins. You got them
Yay.
all. And three of them are related to immunity. Vitamin A helps with maintaining the mucosa integrity. And what's the mucosa? What's
All
the
that
lining?
soft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the lining in any part of your body that's exposed to the outside environment. You've got a mucosal lining. Even on the outside of your skin, you've got kind of a modified mucosal kind of covering, right? With healthy
Right.
bacteria and
Right.
things like that. So vitamin A helps with mucosal integrity. Then we got vitamin D. We've heard a lot about the importance of vitamin D, haven't we?
Yes. Yes. And you've been talking about that for a few weeks now.
Oh, longer than that, yeah. But vitamin D is so important. But it works a lot like some of the other products that we've talked about, in that it prevents replication of the virus. It slows the replication rates, and uh, and they found that every single person, and I mean every single person that they've tested, I guess they haven't tested everybody, but everybody that they've tested that had severe reactions to the COVID virus had low vitamin D levels.
There
So
you go.
I was just back at my mom and dad's this weekend. My mom is 81. My dad will turn 83 in a month, and uh, and I brought them more vitamin D, and I said I want you to continue taking two a day, each,
Mhm.
and so they're taking 10,000 international units a day, which seems quite high, but I want to keep their rates up.
Right.
And vitamin D also helps with preventing that cytokine storm.
Good
So,
to know.
yep. Vitamin E is the other one of the fat soluble vitamins. Vitamin E helps with the T cell membrane. So the T cells that we were talking about,
Hmm.
the part of the immune system. So the vitamin E helps with maintaining the integrity of the membrane of that cell,
Oh, that's good to know.
right? So where do you get fat soluble vitamins? Probably from fat, partially,
Okay.
right? Fish oil, right?
Visual. Hmm.
You know, uh, vitamin A, you can get that from carrots. Vitamin D, you can get that from milk. However, I don't know how much you actually get. But you get some, and I think some of your dark green vegetables like spinach and some of that, right?
Hmm.
But fish oil. Um,
Yeah.
another important mineral that I don't know if you'd call it a mineral, but it's a molecule, right? That you and I have talked a lot about. We talked about it before COVID. It's fulvic acid and humic acid, right? And where do they come from?
Dinosaur poop.
No, I know you say that, and I know but it comes from the decomposition. It's compost from
Right.
1 million
Seaweed.
year old seaweed, right?
Million
And
years ago, the
and
dinosaurs pooped in it.
the dinosaurs pooped in it. You're so funny. But yeah, possibly. Okay, I'll just say possibly. But so fulvic acid and humic acid from ancient seaweed is really it's really important because especially when it comes to coronaviruses, because coronaviruses, if you remember Tom talking about it, it's like a crown. It has these
Hmm.
spikes on it,
Yep.
and that's where these little spikes or these suckers, they attach to the cells,
Hmm.
and when you use fulvic acid, humic acid, like we have in Body Shield and Spectrum X, um, it prevents the virus from being able to attach to your cell. It blocks
Yep.
the little suckers, the little
Lactose suckers.
yeah. So fulvic acid is really really important, and you don't have to take a lot of it. Um, Vitamin C, there was a lot of research this morning when I was writing up my notes. There was a lot of information on vitamin C and how it works. It boosts the immune system, right? Very very important for boosting the immune system. Um, and so viral infections lead to a production of a lot of free radicals, and that causes damage to your cells, right? And it
Thing.
causes
Yeah.
inflammation. And aren't we hearing a lot about
Yep.
when people get this virus, it's causing this massive
Hmm.
inflammation. So
Inflammation. Yep.
so vitamin C helps to get rid of these free radicals. It's great for limiting the free radicals. It limits oxidative damage, right? So for you folks out there in
Hmm.
TV land, important stuff that you can work with here. Um, it helps to boost the interferons, right? And
Hmm.
it helps with and they help out with triggering the right immune response. Um, a large study that was done with 10,000 people that had the common cold. They found that it reduced the length of time that people had the cold. It reduced the length of time by about 10%.
That's good. 1 day
That was
shorter is good.
Yeah, that was with just vitamin C, 10,000 cases. And then elderberry. They did a study. You remember the bird flu H1N1?
Yeah, that other one that they had.
Yeah. So they're saying that they did a study that with elderberry, and they found that elderberry significantly reduced the number of cells that got infected with the H1N1 virus.
That's great.
Elderberry
And we have the product Influence, and its
influence.
main ingredient is elderberry.
That's right. Elderberry is loaded with something called, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but anthocyanins. Anthocyanins. And it's an antioxidant, it's an anti-inflammatory, it's an antiviral ingredient that's found in these dark purple berries. And the thing about the elderberry, this extract from elderberry, is that it wards off viruses that affect the lungs.
Oh, how about that?
Right? So specifically, they say it has a direct effect on the virus. And they're saying if you're sick with a viral infection, they're saying if you take a little bit of elderberry, it has a little effect, like it might kill off 20%. But if you take a large dose, it'll actually kill off, I mean, significantly more because it's a direct effect. So if you take a little, you get a little response. You take a lot, you get a lot of response. So I didn't know that till this morning. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Sometimes we teach ourselves things by teaching others.
That's
Imagine
right.
that.
Most of the
Oh,
time, that's how it works.
yeah. How about zinc?
Zinc is good.
Zinc is really good. It helps with the natural killer cells. Natural killer cells
Supports.
are like the little yellow guy in the Pac-Man,
Yeah.
marching up.
Yep.
You want to see that again? In there.
You're the ghost.
It supports healthy thymic function, and what it does, how it works. And again, I didn't know this till this morning,
Pays to do
folks.
your research.
Are you learning? I'm learning. I'll never forget this. Will you forget it, Andrea?
Probably not.
Probably not. Zinc coats the receptors on the viruses that are necessary to bind the virus to the cells.
That's amazing.
And
And that's
again,
what they were telling people to take.
it prevents
Ta-da!
it prevents replication. I'm telling
There
you,
you
folks,
go.
this whole thing, when you really start thinking about immunity, it's pretty easy, isn't it? It's pretty easy. You've got these cells in your body that act like Pac-Man, and they go around and they gobble up all the viruses. You've got
Mm-hmm.
other nutrients that kind of put flags on the cells and say, hey, this is one you want to eat up, right?
Uh-huh.
So they mark them so that you know where they are, right? And that's what the fulvic acid does. So it marks it so that your Pac-Man cells know which cell to go after. You've got other nutrients that help boost your immunity, so you have more of these Pac-Man.
Mm-hmm.
You've got other nutrients that attach onto the little stickers, the little suckers, the little crowns. Corona. What does corona mean? Crown, right?
Right?
So it attaches onto the little fingers on the crown, the little pointy things, and it prevents those stickers from sticking to your cells, because that's how viruses grow. Viruses inject their RNA into your cell, and then now they grow inside her, like kind of like a. You ever seen
Parasite. They're
like a
like a
spider?
parasite.
You see a spider nest. You see that nest, and there's all these little spider eggs in there. And when it, when
Uh,
that when When they hatch, that nest blows open and boom, spiders everywhere.
Yep.
Well, that's what viruses do in your cells. It's your cell is the nest, and they're growing inside there, and boom, it kills your cell, and all these viruses just we're here, and it
Aha.
causes
So,
and it causes that cytokine storm because your immune system starts to go, hey, this isn't supposed to be happening, and it overreacts and it causes this cytokine storm.
aha.
And the cytokine storm is the body's overreaction to the fact that something happened that wasn't supposed to happen. And so now you got these other vitamins and nutrients that we talked about that lower the cytokine storm, modulate it. That's the immune system, Andrea.
There you go.
That's the immune system. I mean, how difficult is that to remember? I explain that to 10-year-old, an 8-year-old. This is eighth grade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is 8-year-old information. This is stuff that you could explain it to your grade schooler, and they go, oh, okay, so I need to take that vitamin, and you say, yep, take this one, take this one.
Yep.
You know,
Yep. All good stuff, Doc. And I think we should ask everybody to get this video out to everyone so that they have ammunition against any virus that comes along.
yep. And you know what? Like always, I mean, I like using a company to buy my products. I buy my products primarily from one company, and the reason why
Mm-hmm.
is because I know that of the tens of thousands of nutritional companies out there, I know when they say, hey, this is what's on the label,
Mm-hmm.
I know that's what's in the product. And it's important because you want to know what's in there, but you also want to know what's not supposed to be in there that might be in there.
Mm-hmm.
And some companies tend to sneak some stuff in that might be toxic. Um, they hide the name so that you don't know. And
Mm-hmm.
what I appreciate about the products that we have over here at Sizzle,
Mm-hmm.
can you read that? Could you see that, Andrea? Sizzle,
Yep. SISEL.
right? Um, with Sizzle, we guarantee that there's nothing in there that's not supposed to be in there. We
That's right.
guarantee that when we say, there's 10 milligrams of this, there's 5 milliliters of that, that's
It's
what's
in
in
there.
there. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yep.
We guarantee that.
Yep. I love it.
I love it too because I can go to my patients, I can go to my people, I can go to my parents, I can go to my sister, my brothers, my kids, my nephews, my nieces, and I can say, here, take this. This is what's in here. This is what it's going to do, and I can duplicate my results.
Yeah. Right.
I can't say cure, I can't say treat, I can't say any of those things. And the reason why it just makes sense is because we're not treating anything. Andrea, we're not treating anything. What we're doing is we're supporting the body's own mechanism and let
Mm-hmm.
it do its work. Let it do its work.
Yep. It
You know,
was designed to heal. It
there
was
we go.
designed to maintain homeostasis. Yep.
Amazing
Thank you.
system.
Thank
Amazing system.
you.
So
Great information, Doc.
I always have fun with this call. It's just a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yes, and you put out some such good information, for people. If they watch every week, they're going to get smarter and smarter about maintaining their health and optimizing their body.
That's right. And it's kind of fun just to hang around with people like yourself, um, because as we go through this together and we're learning together, we can call each other up and and have a conversation about it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And for those of you that are new to maybe the whole natural health world, I'll tell you, you're not going to learn everything that we know, not overnight. It's going to be a gradual process. I mean, some of you might want to just switch to a safe toothpaste, you know,
Right.
one
Mm-hmm.
one that doesn't have fluoride in it, And fluoride, as we know, the Nazis used it in Nazi Germany, and they used fluoride to you know make people stupider. I'm just going to say that. I mean, and go look it up if you don't believe me. And so we have toothpaste that doesn't have fluoride. It doesn't have all those other chemicals in it that like you don't want Roundup in your toothpaste. Do you want Roundup?
No, I don't want Roundup at all.
Some companies use Roundup in their toothpaste. I don't know why. I suppose they figure it'll kill bugs. You know, I don't have any bugs in my mouth. Um, and then we have this is a relatively new product that we came out with because of the COVID.
Right? Hand
You know,
sanitizer.
I use it.
I carry it in my car.
There we go. Right, just in
Hmm.
case any of you had COVID, I just killed it.
99.9%.
I'm kidding around. I'm kidding around. But Andrea, I don't think this thing's gonna go away like that. At least the news of it isn't going to go away. And, so we need to look at ways that we can keep our immune system high, not high as in THC, but high as in, highly functioning. We need,
Regardless, you need to keep your immune system high because we're exposed to tons of things.
oh, God. I mean, if you jump on an airplane and
Yeah.
you fly from here to London, from Michigan to London, or from Fargo to London, you're exposed to the same radiation as having like 6 chest X-rays.
Oh my God. I used to fly a lot. I don't anymore. Thank God.
Yeah, yeah. So we were talking about fulvic acid and humic acid, right? And one of the things that the function of fulvic acid and humic acid is it prevents damage to the cells caused by radiation. So not only are you boosting your immune system, but you're doing some other things important,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Yep. That's for sure.
And there's the vitamin D. I mean, boy, I tell you what, 30 years ago, we were taught that vitamin D was, necessary for healthy bones, but that's all people really knew about vitamin D. Now they're finding out that vitamin D is important for, sexual function, immune function, bone health, brain health, gut health, all these other things. I mean, even your mental health, right? I mean, you might need
Hmm.
some more because you're kind of mentally,
No, I'm not. But look, I'm
shaky,
in the sun right now getting my vitamin D.
shaky ground there a little bit.
I am not. I'm perfectly stable.
I don't know. I was talking to some of my Democratic friends, and they said, "No, you're not."
We'll
Yeah,
see. I don't need to pet puppies or sit in a quiet room. So
we won't get into politics. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there. 'Cause I know I can tease you with it, and we'll still be friends tomorrow.
that's right.
So, all right, let's close out the call, Andrea. I'm gonna let you say goodbye to everybody. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Doc. Thanks for joining us today. You can tune in to Doctor's Clinic, Doc Fizz with Friends on Facebook, and watch any of our last lives for like the last 2.5 years and start to learn how to optimize your own body. Thank you. Have a great day.